Hi, Morena.
Hi.
Thank you for being here.
Thanks.
We love you so
Thank you.
much. I just was curious, are there any plans for Joss to come in and do some directing? And
Ooh.
and if he does, or is everyone afraid that he's going to kill off the character?
We're pretty good at killing characters off, actually. I'm pretty good at killing them myself. That would be so cool. Thanks for the idea. I'm going to put in the good word. I don't know if Joss would want to. I mean, it might be kind of weird for him to come and direct something that's not his show. But maybe I could get Alan to guest star again, and then he could direct, and it would be awesome.
Or Nathan.
Or Nathan. Just teasing. Thanks.
All right.
Hi.
How was it to have, or like to have Alan on the show? And did you get the guys in to hang out any and interact? I know you didn't actually in the show, but
yeah.
After the fact. And on a side note, I do have a degree in archaeology, and it's pretty cool.
On what, I'm sorry?
A degree in archaeology.
Oh, yeah? And it's cool?
It's pretty cool.
Maybe I'll do that if it doesn't work out for me.
Yeah, well, it didn't work out for me either, so.
Okay, good to know. It was cool to work with Alan. I didn't have any scenes with him, so I didn't get to hang out with him all that much, but we would pass each other as we're going in and out of the studio, and it was awesome. And I thought his work on V was so great. All the sexual tension between him and Erica, and then when he turns out to be a V, it's like such a shocker. And he's so good at being so funny and dorky, and then so menacing at the same time. Thought he was great on it.
I've only recently become aware of how many actors who seem convincingly American are actually from elsewhere. Half the cast of True Blood, before that Christian Bale, and you from Brazil, which I had no idea before a half hour ago.
Oh, all right.
People in Brazil mainly speak Portuguese, is that right?
Yes, that's right.
Right. So, is this what you really sound like? Or are you adopting an American accent for our
Well, I am
benefit?
actually an alien, so I'm now speaking to you in your language.
I was just wondering how difficult that was, because you're flawless. I would never.
I moved to New York City when I was 7, so I was, pretty young, and when you're that young, you adapt quite easily, and you want to fit in, so you work really hard at not having an accent, and I still speak fluent Portuguese, and my family's all in Brazil, including my mom and my dad. My brother lives in New York, but everybody's there, so I go back quite a bit. Sure. And I had to do a talk show, actually, in May when I went down there for the first time. And it was a talk show that I grew up watching when I was a kid, so it was a totally surreal experience. And I had to do it in Portuguese, which, it gets a little rusty after not speaking it for a while, and it was a little bit of a disaster. Just all the, I was trying to make jokes, but the words were coming out all wrong. And he's like, do you want to just do it in English? And I was like, no, I'm powering through. It was fun. Quiet.
We have time for just a couple more questions.
That's actually kind of a cool thing about the show, about V, is all the languages I've had to learn over the past few episodes. I think there's been 5 or 6 of them, and I don't speak any of them, contrary to belief. I speak Portuguese, but I don't speak Italian or Mandarin. I just had to do, or Japanese, or Arabic, or Italian. That was easy, but it was brutal to learn them.
I'd like to see more of you on big screens, so are there any plans?
Not yet. I'd love to do a film. I haven't had time because V has taken up all of my time. But I would love to try to fit something in on a hiatus. This past time I was out promoting the show, couldn't do anything either. Put the word out there. If you know of a job, let me know.
Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman, yeah, sure. I'll get right on that.
Good morning. Thanks for coming. I just noticed that you came in so fresh and just ready to take on today, so early morning here, and you mentioned earlier that you stayed up a little late last night, so I'm just wondering if you have to get those 8 hours of sleep to maintain your classic beauty, or somehow you're just lucky somehow that you can just go all night and just walk up here and just look fresh as a daisy.
Those days are over. Unfortunately, after you hit 30, it just goes all downhill from there. I don't party. I don't have the stomach for it, and I don't really enjoy myself. I love wine. I'm a big wine drinker, and I love wine tasting, and I ended up having a bottle of wine last night, so that's what happened to me. And my favorite thing to do is to sit and eat and drink wine and have a very long meal. And you end up drinking more than you should, probably. But I'm one of those people who needs 8 hours of sleep. I need to sober up before I go to bed, and I don't enjoy life if I don't do that.
Thank you.
By the way, welcome again. Out of the characters that you've played, what are some of your favorite things, like about each character? You know, from Firefly and from Stargate and from V. What are your favorite things about those characters?
From V, all the crazy, outrageous things I get to do, like lay eggs and, you know, break my daughter's legs. No other character has afforded me that luxury. It's really fun. From Inara, I think it was probably all the like hidden talents and skills she would end up having. One episode she'd be doing calligraphy, the next episode she had a bow and arrow, the next episode she was doing tea ceremonies and fighting and this and that and the knowledge of blah, blah, blah. And I was like, wow, you know, I could learn a lot from this chick. So that was fun, is to develop all those little skills along with her. Adria, I don't know if I can find a redeeming quality about her. Oh, those contact lenses, right. There was that. That was not fun. I'm trying to think of other characters. I always take something away from every character. And certain plays and things that I've done too, I mean, you kind of get in the habit of being a person. And it's a little surreal, you know, it's probably not that healthy, but you find yourself thinking a little bit like them, you know, like in the shower in the morning, you're like, what am I going to do today? And you're like that character, you know, you take it home with you, how can you not?
Thank you. What is your favorite episode of V?
Oh, that's a tough one. Probably the last episode. I thought it was really thrilling. And for me, satisfying to do. And a lot of crazy things and heartbreaking things happen. That was probably my favorite one.
What do you like to do when you're not acting?
I like to hike with my doggy, Rudy Rebound. I like to cook. I take yoga. I like to chill out. Read books, watch movies, what everybody else does, you know, the usual.
We'd like to thank you for coming. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have.
Oh,
for this
thank
morning.
you. Thanks, guys. You're awesome. Thanks for showing up.